Alright, hey everybody, it is Tony and I am back, and I have 3 TTMs for you on this very chilly Wednesday morning. So let's get started with the first one, and it comes from John Alt. John Alt was one of those prototypical offensive linemen. When you don't hear about him, he's pretty gosh darn good, and he definitely fit the bill on that one. He was inducted into the Chiefs Hall of Fame in 2002, and was also responsible for guarding the backside of Joe Montana. And maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not, but John's son Joe is an offensive lineman at Notre Dame, and is pretty gosh darn good. Just finished up his freshman season with the Fighting Irish. His son Mark, meanwhile, was a defenseman with the Kings last season. I think he's in the AHL this season. I couldn't find anything for him in the 21-22 seasons, but I believe that's where he is. And Mark is the runt of the litter. Mark stands at 6'4". Joe Alt is 6'7", though, poor Mark only standing at 6'4". My next TTM comes from Carlton Fisk's backup, Ron Karkovice. For the first 6 seasons, that's what Ron Karkovice did. Back up a Hall of Famer. And then once the White Sox determined that Carlton Fisk was too old and they moved on from him, they gave the job to Karkovice. And Karkovice definitely had a solid career, was never an all-star, but did have some solid seasons, which includes that 1993 season where the White Sox won the AL West. The last season of the 2 divisions. Seems like forever ago that baseball was 2 divisions. But the White Sox were pretty good in the mid-90s. I don't tell anybody, but I kind of enjoyed watching them. Outside of Ken Harrelson, who's a terrible broadcaster, or was a terrible broadcaster, I could stomach the White Sox a little bit. We'll never cheer for them. Hope they lose all 162 games in their season, but I'll watch them occasionally. And the final TTM comes from the NASCAR world. It will probably be my only NASCAR TTM, and that's because I had this Kyle Petty card in my parents' basement because he was coming to South Bend for a signing at a car lot, and went to my LCS back in the 1990s and picked up the card because I thought I was going to go get it signed. Went to the car dealership, and they cut off the line and didn't get the autograph. And then when I was cleaning out the basement in November, I found it, and I decided to bring it back and said, well, why not try to get a TTM from him? And then he threw in that business card for me, which is pretty awesome. I did follow NASCAR very briefly for a couple of years, late 90s, early 2000s. Mainly just follow the guys from Indiana, especially that Ryan Newman guy, because he's from South Bend. He went to a rival high school, and I actually talked to him in an elevator after the Brickyard 400 once. And then the NASCAR official told me to stop talking to Ryan Newman. Whatever. But still cool to get a autograph from a NASCAR legend. So that is all I have for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Be good to each other.